Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Blue, the complete Pokédex edition. So we're going to continue on with the Silph here. In last part we actually got quite a lot done. I mean, we have the card key already, we have access to the hospital already, we know where it is, so it'll be really easy to go back and forth and to just heal up as needs be. FishyQueen is proving to be extremely useful and is actually doing a good job, so well done on that score. And the hard-boiled heavies have already been showing off their stuff as well, so... You think that Thundershock is going to do anything? Well, fuck you. So yeah, so things are getting off to a good start. Maybe this will be like my most effective run of the Silph yet. I'm not going to do any dumb stuff like swapping out just to get FishyQueen like leveled up, because it's just not worth it. It's going to get the experience. So yeah. This is pretty much the team I was thinking of like taking on Koga with as well, because I'm pretty like because these guys are just like Koga, they're gonna wipe him out. Like between Hope and Nancy and the hard-boiled heavies with all their like ground and psychic attacks, it's like that gym doesn't stand a chance. The thing is though that like most of the Pokemon in there are like psychic types. That's the funny thing about it, except Koga himself. It's like almost every other trainer in there uses Drowsy for some reason, which I suppose is because of like their poison gas and things like that, because they're like poison gas Pokemon. But yeah, I don't know. What's really cool is, did you guys see like in the Pokemon Origins show, there's like a section where they're in the Silph, and it is so cool. Because it goes into like the whole like story of, not the story, but it kind of gives you a little bit more like background information. God, I wish I had a water attack right about now. But you know, like how the scientists, like some of them were actually like Team Rocket members, and that's like that's the impression you get as well in the game, is that like the scientists that are working here, they're actually after defecting to Team Rocket, and they're after like joining Team Rocket to help them and stuff like that. This is going to take way too long, so no way am I going to stay here and use Horn Attack on this thing till the cows come home. Just switch out and use Vine Whip one time with Mr. Burn. But yeah, and like they do that as well in like Pokemon Origins, and it's really cool, because like the scientists are there, but some of them are like members of Team Rocket, and some of them are evil and stuff like that, and it's just really nicely done. Like, I know I've talked about like that show already like quite a lot, but I feel like I can't talk about it enough. If any of you haven't seen, if any of you are like Pokemon fans, especially people who were around for like Generation 1 and who played like the Generation 1 games the first time around, or especially like if you watched like the anime the first time around as well, like Pokemon Origins is just such like a kind of a well-crafted portrayal of the original games. Like, it's just so well done. Has all of like the moments that you remember from Pokemon Red and Blue. Have I explored everything on this floor? I just like to clean out all of the floors, like the parts that I can explore. No, I didn't. I just ignored this whole big part over here. And skip, I'll just like skip all of these people. Oh wait, doesn't she like give me a TM? Do I get like Thunder Wave off of her? Eek! And she looks like Erica as well. Pretty sure she's like a female scientist. She's a single female scientist, TM 36. That's not Thunder Wave, because I'm pretty sure the TM for Thunder Wave is like 45 or something. Or is it like Self-Destruct? Is that what it is? Self-Destruct, oh my god, yeah, okay. Well, that's one of the moves I'm thinking of, like, teaching the hard-boiled heavies, but can they learn Explosion? Because if they can learn Explosion, I teach them that instead, because it's more powerful. I just need more power. I'm like Tim Allen. You're not a Silph employee, you're just a rocket in disguise. Here's a primer. Well, I'll make short work of you, I'll have you know that. So yeah, Pokemon Origins, if you haven't seen it yet, definitely watch it. It's like a must-watch for every Pokemon fan, like seriously. Like, no doubt about it, just like take my word on it. So I'm here, I just recorded like Shenmue earlier, and I was going to like record more Shenmue, but I got to a point where yeah, let's switch to like the hard-boiled heavies. I got to a point where it was like, oh, be careful, this is the point of no return, so if you have anything you want to do in Hong Kong, you better do it now. And I'm like, oh geez, well I don't know if there's anything I want to do in Hong Kong. So I pretty much just like left it up to, like, there was a point where I was like, okay, I can't record any further. I'm going to wait in case anyone in the comments, like, I'm going to invite people in the comments to let me know if there's anything they'd like to see me do. And just see what their response is before like going further. So I like couldn't record as much as I did, as much as I wanted to. I'd say I got like 2, max 3 videos out of the recording session, probably 2. Oh my god, that Dream Eater is just so satisfying when it connects. It's just so satisfying. So yeah, like I ended up like I ended up with like a little bit of extra time, so I was like, oh well, I'll just do the Silphco. Why not? Switch back to FishyQueen. I just can't get enough of that name, FishyQueen. It's just so perfect. It's so crazy. Like, for those of you who don't know, like anyone who has any sort of interaction or interest in drag knows that like fishy is like the adjective that is used for, like, the way that I would describe it is like it's like a synonym for convincing, because if you're fishy and if you're a drag queen and you're fishy, it means like you look like you're extremely like accurately feminine looking is what it is. Is I suppose the best description I could offer. It's like, oh, you look like you could be an actual girl, kind of that kind of way, or it's like what you're striving for is like anatomical accuracy or whatever, as opposed to like other kind of aspects, which is kind of like maybe like comedy or exaggeration or anything like that, like all the different other facets you can accentuate. Well, when it comes to being fishy, it's like, oh well, you want to be an actual like girl-looking girl is what like the aim is. Okay, so the hard-boiled heavies mightn't come out of this alive. Okay, they're definitely not going to come out of this alive. That's the thing, I just wish I had that sleep powder. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't learn sleep powder until like level something wiggity whack, like 40 something. I'm like, geez, I'm going to be stuck here with this guy for a long time. So yeah, and then like the fact that it's a queen and a king or whatever, it's just like, it's just perfect. I'm so happy about that nickname. I'm happy about like all my nicknames so far. Like I just love all of these Pokemon so much. They're just so like and as I say, like the only thing that I'm almost regretting is that I don't have more game to play through, because it's like I have all these Pokemon that I'd love to explore with. Like I love exploring the idea of, oh, what can I do with Executor, and oh, what can I do with Goldeen, and oh, what can I do with Marowak and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, I've all these Pokemon that I'm probably never going to really explore that much in the course of the LP, just because there's not enough game to do it in, so that kind of way. Which is a shame. Like I kind of still end up having to cut my cloth, even though I'd love to show off all of these Pokemon. I guess it's just another reason to do another LP of Pokemon. Could you imagine how ridiculous would that? Oh god, okay, I didn't heal her up at all. We haven't seen like the Mighty Ducks in a while, so let's give him like a little bit of an airing out. We'll just take you out with Sword Stance in 2 seconds here and mop the floor with you. I should probably have used Double Team first, but who cares? Focus Energy. What an Ultramaroon. Don't you know that it's bugged? So yeah, as I say, like the only shame is that like, oh, the only thing that's a shame is that like I actually probably won't get to show all of these Pokemon off, because there are just so many of them that I'd love to use and so few of them that I actually can use. Okay, maybe I can like get FishyQueen up. Terrible choice of words, but maybe I actually can get it to level up, because that'd be cool. Okay, so Mr. Byrne, no way, Jose. Hope Ducks. I'm actually like getting a little bit like in not in a scary position here, but they're wearing me down, all of these Pokemon trainers. Like, the Silphco is definitely going to be, like, the most challenging dungeon in the game. Like, just as far as, like, the length of it and the sheer, like, number of trainers you're gonna have to go through. That's why for me, every time, like, this is, like, the third time I'm recording the Silphco in a Generation 1 game. And every time I do it, oh my god, it grew to level 33. And it's like, every time I do it, I'm like, oh, well, I better get myself ready for an absolute marathon here, because this is gonna take a while. You know, that's just the nature of the Silphco. But I like it. I kind of like the fact that there's this intimidating dungeon there and it's all in one place. Because the way, like, I think I said it in, like, Generation 2 when I was, like, or I think I said it when I was LPing Pokemon Silver. Like, the equivalent in that game of like, that big dungeon that you have to do is, like, the radio tower in Goldenrod. And for me, that just goes on and on and on. Like, the way that you have the rocket base in Mahogany Town, and then right after it you have the radio tower, and then you have the underground part as well, and it just seems to go on forever, and it's just a kind of a... FishyQueen is evolving, oh my god. And it's just not as fun. Whereas, like, Silphco is like a challenge, but it's fun too. Oh my god, yes. FishyQueen evolved into Seeking. Just how can you not love that face? Just look at it. Just this big googly eye. It just has this one big eye. This one big googly eye and these stupid lips. I just love it. Okay, well look. We're going to see what FishyQueen can do, but I think I'll need to level up or heal up first, so I'll see you in 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back again. Is this the juggler? Is this a, like... Oh no, he's actually just an actual regular Joe who works here for the Silphco. Because I know there's, like, one, like, random juggler here who also works for... one random juggalo. Like, could you imagine? One random insane clown posse fan who's also working for Team Rocket. But... Like, I know there's one, like, random juggler here who also works for them, but I can't remember where he is. I think he's, like, he's somewhere around. I'm pretty sure we'll run into him eventually. Ooh, a Hyper Potion, yum! You can never have enough of them. Okay, so this guy isn't even going to be very effective to try out FishyQueen on, because he'll just have all electric Pokemon. Might as well, like, use Mr. Burn. Yeah, that's great to know. Well, then fuck off out of here, so... See, I love the idea. I love how, like, non-over-the-top it is. It's like every part of, like, the storyline is kind of implied. It's like it's only, like, vaguely implied that what happened was, like, there were these like, inside agents for Team Rocket working with the Silphco. And thereafter, like, being instrumental in Team Rocket being able to take over the place or whatever. I just love how that's, like, not, like, directly said, but it's, like, from what the NPCs say, like, when you talk to these scientists, it's just, like, vaguely implied, and I love the idea of that. See, here's that, like, Stunspore and Wrap strategy, like, working away to its heart's content. It's like even Electrode, the fastest Pokemon in Generation 1. Like, even Electrode, the fastest Pokemon in the world as we know it in this generation. Like, Weeping Bell is faster than it, and is able to just wrap it into submission. I just love this. But then I'm a sucker for these kind of setups, like these kind of, like, strategies that just completely, like, shut down the other Pokemon. It's just so enjoyable. Mr. Burn is getting up there in levels as well. Another a Weezing, okay, great. Well, I'm gonna stick with Mr. Burn, why not, and just use that same strategy again. Except Stunspore missed, brilliant. Well, you missed as well. Might take a bit longer on a Weezing though, seeing as they're, like, defensive. Well, really, like, defensive Pokemon. But yeah, like, I'm just a big fan of setups. Like, I remember, like, my setup when I played, like, Soul Silver. The game that I didn't even finish. This is, like, taking way too long. I can't even use Psychic on it now because, like, because I paralyzed it. The hard-boiled heavies can't even use Dream Eater, not Psychic. Don't poison me, you stupid thing. But, like, I remember when I played Soul Silver, which I didn't even finish, but when I played Soul Silver, I had an Execute in that as well. And like my strategy for taking out Whitney was like a leech seed, poison powder, and absorb or something like that. It was definitely like leech seed and poison powder I used on it just to keep like whittling it down and down and down. It was just ridiculous. And it worked really well as well. Like, it was just such a fun setup. And I'm just a big fan of setups like that in general. Okay, so Mr. Byrne, you got like a nice bit of airtime there. I want to show off FishyQueen now that it's a Sea King. I'm looking forward to it learning Waterfall. Like, that's the thing, like that's the exciting thing about these like random Pokemon. It's like, oh, you look forward to them learning their signature move. Just like I'm looking forward to Hope learning Boomerang if I use it long enough for it to learn Boomerang. Who knows? Okay, let's see how much better FishyQueen is. It looks monstrous in that, like, its horn is bigger than its whole body. But let's see what FishyQueen can do now that it's like a newborn Sea King. I suppose I could try out that strategy already with using Horn Drill. The only thing is, like, with one-hit KO moves in this game, like, if you're slower than the opponent, then they're going to miss automatically. Like, you have to be faster than the other Pokemon to be able to use it, and Sea King isn't really that fast or isn't that nimble as Pokemon go. So let's just use Supersonic here. Sea King isn't really that fast, so that's why I was kind of hoping, oh, I'll do that when it learns Agility, because it will learn Agility at one point. The only thing is, like, all these pie-in-the-sky ideas I have, I'm having, like, they're all, like, based on moves that they'll learn when they're already, like, level 48 or level 50 something or something like that. So it's like, am I really going to use FishyQueen that long? Because the thing is, I'll probably be enticed to use some different Pokemon. There's so many other Pokemon I'd love to use, but I don't think I'll be able to, like, resist using some other Pokemon long enough to show off FishyQueen learning, maybe even Waterfall, who knows. I want to switch to the hard-boiled heavies here. I want to get their levels up for facing off against Koga, because that's what they're going to have to do. The hard-boiled heavies, I'm going to be depending on them. Not that I'm worried all that much. So here today, I am not drinking coffee, I am drinking tea, but I'm not drinking, like, normally when I drink tea, it's like regular black tea with milk in it. Well, this time when I'm drinking tea, oh my god, you are going to be so sorry you sent out that thing. So normally when I drink tea, it's like black tea with milk in it, which we already realized is like a recipe for disaster when it comes to LPing. Well, now I have like pu'er tea without milk in it, and pu'er tea is absolutely delicious. I just love like the smoky flavor of it. It has this real kind of like, it's not bitter, but it's kind of just like on the bitter end of the taste spectrum, but it's kind of more of like a smoky kind of a flavor, and I love the flavor of it. Because as you guys know, Stunspore, no, fuck that. I need all my moves on this setup. Yes, I will abandon learning that. Will I? No, I'll keep up like the hard-boiled heavies. I just can't get over using that term as well, it's just so fun. Okay, I wanted to use like Leech Seed on it first. That's the way it works, Harry. Leech Seed and then Hypnosis. So you have like one more turn to get your HP back. Just as long as this stupid thing doesn't poison me. So yeah, like I'm not sure like whether I've gone into this before, like in videos, but as far as like taste is concerned, like tastes that I like, I'm like a bigger fan of things that are on the bitter or sour end of the taste spectrum. So when it comes to like apples, I think apples are like the best example. Like as far as apples are concerned, I love like hard, sour, green apples. Like that, they're the kind of apples I love. And like I won't eat kind of like soft, sweet red apples. I just won't eat them because I think they're disgusting. Or even when it like comes to cocktails, like I think cocktails are a really good example as well. Like I like gin-based cocktails and vodka-based cocktails that are more bitter, and dry in flavor or sour even. And I'm not a big fan of kind of like sweet, like sugary, fruity cocktails. I don't like tropical fruit is another thing I hate. I don't like tropical fruit like kiwi or mango or banana and things like that. I just don't like those flavors. They don't like agree with my palate, or my palate doesn't agree with them is probably more accurate. Oh my god, this video has been going on for fucking ages and I didn't even notice. I've just been here talking for ages and ages. Let's get these like 3 items: an escape rope, a max revive, and a full heal. And is there like another item up around here? Oh no, there's like a guy. Hello. Hello there. Yes, I can see that you're hiding, but I found you here. I'm pretty sure this is probably like a storage room or something with all these boxes, and then that one guy hiding behind the boxes is what's implied. So anyway, is there anything even in here? There's like one more trainer. I'm gonna see you next time on Let's Play Pokemon Blue. Sorry if this video was long. Thanks a million for watching. Bye now.